Hey, welcome to my podcast. I'm Nina, and you are listening to an episode of Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger podcast. I have a new guest today, Athen White. She is my friend from back in the day. Back. Athen is a musician, a singer, a songwriter, a youth development educator, and a baby activist. She's going to have to explain what that means to us. We're going to learn something new today. And thank you for joining my podcast, Athen.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I got on YouTube and mustered up the courage to make a video about my experience. And to this day, that was in 2014, that to this day, there's a lot of young women who are able to, who have just gone through losing their child, and they see the video and they're like thankful that they're able to see that video and hear my story, and they can connect to it. So that's where Aspire Big, Inspire Bigger started. I made the channel. I tried different things, and then I came across a desire to do a podcast. And it took me a while to get it started because I just felt like, I don't know if I'm just going to talk all the time. But if that's going to be entertaining for people. But then I thought to bring on guests, people who are inspirational to me and to the people who they come across. So you are one of those guests. I'm happy for you to be here. And when I have these guests on, I like for y'all to tell me and the audience and the people who are watching the podcast and a little bit about yourself and just how you got here.
As you mentioned, I'm a musician, singer, songwriter. In youth development, I direct an after-school program and a baby activist, which means that I am in what I feel is the infancy stages of activism and advocacy. I am very much all about the Black Lives Matter movement before there was a name to it, and protesting and being out there and like speaking up for what's right and what's necessary and what we need. But that's what baby activist means, and I'm like, I feel in the beginning stages. There's still so much more to learn and so much more to do, and I am gonna spend whatever time I have left on this earth doing that.
What got you into music and singing?
What got me into music? It was just ingrained in me. You know how people say like they were born to do things and they were born with things in them. It was just inevitable. It was meant to be. I came out the womb singing and dancing. I went to art schools my whole life. I went to the famed school, LaGuardia, in New York City. I don't know. I think that music is such a powerful thing, and it moves across generations and countries and cultures and all different types of things and demographics. So I think that is one thing that is very attractive to me in regards to music and like why I'll put in quotes choose to do music, because I don't really feel like I chose it. It like chose me. But yes, that's why that's what led me into music. And my father, he and his group of friends, like it was always into DJing, and there was always music playing around the house. It was like the quintessential story that artists tell. There's always music playing in their house, and you just get the bug.
A lot of people are not great at expressing themselves. Just to be able to be a songwriter, to say I write my own music or I write music. Is there a process for that you have?
It is, and it is sometimes a very long and tiresome process, because I like to get things as perfect as I feel they can be, which may not be helpful as a creative and as an artist. It can stifle, but I think it's important to really take time with what you wanna say, and It's so funny because music is a form of communication and songwriting, and I don't think that I'm the greatest communicator. Like I don't really talk a lot. I'm like awkward in this space. But I think with songwriting, you get to do it at your own pace, on your own time, when you're in your own space, and like there's no one rushing you. Like unless you're in a space where you're working with someone creating a song, like there's no one rushing you, telling you how to, when to, why to, which is why I like songwriting. I get to say whatever it is I want to say the way I want to say it.
What is music doing for you, and what are you looking for it to do for you?
Music is cathartic. It is therapy. Um, I want to, and I hope to use music to support with my activism, and in that realm, and definitely in my youth development work, which I am doing. Before I was a director, I was a teaching artist. So I was teaching. I was in the space with them and doing music and writing songs. And when I mentioned before that music is something that can, move past generations, it's something that I think helped in connecting me with the youth. I teach middle school students, and that's can be a real tough age. There's not much that, one can feel like they can connect with when it comes to middle schoolers, but definitely music is something that can help with that. So I would like to use my music to continue supporting and connecting with my students, and also getting this message across about our lives mattering and what the world should look like and can look like and feel like.
Right, right. How long have you been doing that? How long have you been doing youth development?
I have been working with youth all my life, but career wise, it's been, I want to say maybe 6 years, 6, 7 years.
Cool. And how has it changed the kids? How have you seen them change?
I think the word change is very interesting, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm changing somebody. Maybe helping to evolve, which I guess in a sense is a change. I think that in doing music with them and any work that I do with them, it supports them in finding themselves and like what their interests are, and getting comfortable with being who they are, and being creative, because within creativity you're able to find yourself. And like I said, at that age there's so much that's changing, hormonal changes, and like you're looking at the world differently, your body's changing, and it's important to have something that can support with figuring that out, or like helping you, I want to say, manage those changes, or like understanding and talking about those changes. So that's what I think.
Right.
I hope my work is doing it though.
And I feel like at that age, you are coming to a crossroads. Most of us came to that crossroads where we expressed what we felt on the inside, and it showed, and we didn't have a cap for it, which was awesome because you get to see the essence of this person, this human being that you brought into the world. Say you have a child, and you get to see the essence of them, who they are on the inside, before they realize, oh snap, people can see me do this.
Yeah.
People can see me do this. People have an opinion about that. And so I feel like those kids are at that crossroad where now they're realizing, oh snap, people can see me do this. I'm embarrassed, or am I doing this right, or am I enough? And it's important to teach them, like, no, 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 no. Don't stifle yourself now. Don't put a cap on it now, because it's tough when you get to my age. You're trying to unpack things.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of years to unpack. Do you work on them with just keeping them open and expressive, and not afraid to be open and expressive? And how do you do that? Like 2 or 3 tips that you might give for
Absolutely.
them.
So it's called in the education realm, SEL work, social emotional learning. And really what that means is that you support the child in their entirety, and like helping them on all levels. So I really do my best to work with them in that regard, and like letting them know, like, you're upset right now. It's okay to be upset. Let's work on communicating what you're upset about, who you're upset with, how we can work through that. And that is some activities that we were doing when I was teaching songwriting that we did, helping them being able to communicate with their families. A lot of at that age, as a lot of us know, there can be turmoil and like disruption with home, because again, you're finding yourself, you're coming to understandings with certain things, and you're like, I'm realizing I don't like my family the way I probably should like my family, or like I don't like this certain group of friends when I thought I did. I mean, that's something that we are always continuously learning, even as adults. So yes,
Correct.
using SEL, social emotional learning, to support with that.
I'm gonna ask you to just tell us more. What are some personal, when you're working with children, you have a guideline, of course. You can't just be
Yeah.
going crazy with people children now. They're
Right.
gonna come to the school and ask you like, I'm sorry, who told you to teach my child?
And it
How the
happens. It
world is
happens.
okay. So,
It
but
happens.
I know when you care about children, when you care about youth, when you care about the community, when you care about the growth of your community that turns into society, you have things that are personal to you that you want these children
Mhm.
to be able to take in. And
Mhm.
what are those things that you feel like you learn and you know you can pass it down to these children, and you do?
Yeah, something that always comes up for me is being hesitant and like restricting yourself, especially again for our young black and brown and children of color, in a world where they're told so many times in so many ways that you can't, you won't, you can never. I think that it's very important to always remind them that you can, you will, and you always. So I try to. So with after school, education is important, day school is important, but I think after school is important because it allows, again, for that space of creativity. And there are some things that we can touch on in after school that may not have the space in day school, and supporting with helping them understand that they do not have to restrict themselves and do not have to stunt their growth, is super important that I try to work through in that space. Again, this age, they're finding out so much, and they should be able to feel like they could do any and everything and have all the tools available to them. So that is definitely something that I think of when it comes to supporting these kids at this age. It's something that I would have liked to tell myself more when I was younger. Like, don't hold back. You can do it. Go for your dreams, and not wait so long and tell myself that no, this is not the time. No, I can't do it this way. I have to look maybe a certain way, and sing about certain things. And no, I think that's one thing.
We give ourselves this story,
Hmm.
and it's not according to the vision we were given when we realize and recognize, because I feel like that's a God-given thing. A lot of people will call it other things, but I feel like that's a God-given thing. It's a vision that
Hmm.
is given to you. You could dream it. You could just daydream it. You could dream it in your sleep. You could
Hmm.
speak about something that gives you that eureka moment. It's all of those things. Then what comes into play is how we figure out how to get there. I think that's what can stifle us sometimes. Seeing the dream, seeing it for what it is, it's a vivid thing. It's there. We all have it. Everybody has that dream. It's for us to now not put up a wall on every goal and every way
Hmm.
to get to. I was listening to Eric Thomas. He's a motivational speaker. He's
Okay.
they call him E.T. the hip hop preacher. I speak about him. I speak about him because, especially in the time when I had lost my twins, and I was
Hmm.
just going through the motions of learning who I am as an adult. Because before that, like you said, that junior high school, that elementary school, that high school, that time, even college, you can be just trying to live up to the standards of others. and not
Mhm.
realizing who you are and what you're here for yourself, and what kind of legacy you want to leave to the world of your own, you know? So he was talking about thriving versus survival. A lot of people are living in
Mhm.
survival, even children. We don't realize it, but
Mhm.
even children are living in survival mode.
Absolutely.
And survival mode will tell you the only way that you're going to make it is if you put your head down and just work. Don't daydream. Don't get too crazy with it. You know,
Yeah.
get yourself a stable situation and don't move from there. But
Mhm.
thriving will tell you you have a dream and there's a benchmark. That's what Eric Thomas talks about, the benchmark. And the benchmark is the dream, right? And everything that takes you to get to the benchmark are the goals that you follow. I'm saying all of that to say it's true that we can get in our way, and it's important
Mhm.
to teach the youth there's a dream that they have, and you teach them from that time. It will get more elaborate. It will evolve itself, right? And you evolve as you evolve. It will
Mhm.
evolve, but it's important for you to keep that dream alive and recognize that it's a benchmark every year. Teaching youth vision boards, how to make vision boards, and on those vision boards are the goals that get you to that
Mhm.
benchmark. Every year, you put it on top. Boom, what's that dream? Here's the next goals. Boom, 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 boom. And you'll get there. We are the generation that says, oh, whether you 40 or 45, it doesn't matter. Go after
Right.
your dreams. But the generations after us and after them are going to be able to say, whether you're 18 or you're 20, it's going to keep getting younger and
Yeah.
younger, because we're going to keep teaching each other how to thrive versus how to survive.
Yes. And as thinkers, because a lot of times adults, and I'm bunching us all together, myself included. I think there are times that I do it. We approach young people as though they're not individuals and free thinkers, and that don't have can have valid thoughts. Or so it's like, oh, you're a child, you don't know, you haven't lived yet, you don't know. I've been here before you and longer, I know. And it's like, that's, yes, you've been here longer, but they still have an experience that is valid and worth listening to, and giving them a platform to speak, because the children are our future, right? It's That's never going to change. And I
Right.
think that it is important to respect them in that regard.
Yeah, it is. And it's important to know that we are all born to leave a legacy, and our legacy is not ourselves. It's not our own name. It's who we leave behind through
Hmm.
the works that we have done on this earth. So
Hmm.
in my heart, my legacy is not going to only be the children that I birth. They're
Hmm.
not going to take it up, but it's going to be people who watch this podcast, people who hear me when I finish my book, people who read my book, just all the things.
Oh, there's a
It's
book
not for,
coming. Okay.
pray on it, pray on it, pray for
Hey,
me. I'm trying,
hey.
try to get together,
Who's speaking of books?
you know. Yes, yes. Um, so yeah, so all of those things that they turn into legacy, and like we said earlier, they turn into making a life of the generations after you a
Hmm.
little bit more productive, because they can get their work started a little earlier. They don't have
Hmm.
to be in survival mode as
Right.
long. A little bit like I said earlier, speak kindly to yourself. The self-talk is important. Are there things that you say to yourself that you maybe never said to yourself that when you were younger that help you to succeed now?
Real simple stuff like you got it. I also have learned to give myself, actually still learning to give myself grace. I can definitely be my harshest critic. That may or may not help. It depends on the situation. Me being successful in whatever it is that I have my hand in at the moment, definitely giving myself grace helps in success, because it allows me to breathe, and then I can step back and see what it is that I need to shift or change or let go of, and then step back into it. And that also comes into play with songwriting, because writer's block is a real thing, and I could pull out whatever hair I have trying to finish the song or like get the right line, and then it's like, Stevie Wonder said it. It's like, sometimes you gotta let a song breathe. Remove yourself from the situation and then come back into it and anew.
What I'm finding now, it's not the method of writing. It's not any of that. It's that you have to learn more in order to speak on that thing, and then it's gonna teach you what it needs to teach you, or how to manifest it and take care of it. There's other things too that's important to know too, that I'm learning to plant. Right, I'm in the house. I'm trying to plant stuff because I have a vision for my life. I really do. Everything I do is in order to hit those benchmarks. Right, so I have a vision for my life. When I closed my eyes and I saw my house, I saw it. Right, and then I saw the backyard and I saw a little garden in it. I'm from Harlem. I live on the top floor of my building my whole life. I don't know how to plant nothing. I don't have no garden. I ain't never had no backyard.
Right.
The goal is to learn how to plant and take care of these plants. I have these tomato plants and they were looking beautiful. I said, they look like they need some sun, right? That'll help them thrive. Put them in my window. These damn things died, okay? They died on me. They were big, they were tall, they're dead, okay? But that means what I was doing before was working.
Right.
I tried to microwave it, like you said. I tried to try to be too quick with it, try to be cute. All the things I did after that just helped it to disintegrate faster. So it's important to know that even if your ideas don't come out the way you thought they do, even if you mess up, it's okay to start over from the place that you left off. So I know what gets the tomato plants to the place where they were thriving. So I'll get some more tomato seeds or, all of that and start over. When I get it to that place, I'll keep going from there. I'm not starting over from scratch because I know what to do to get to that place. So that's that's important to think of your goals that way. Sometimes you got to scrap a song, but then later on when you're writing a new song, the first verse is going to work for the second verse of the new song or for the bridge, and different things like that. So that's important too. I have something on a podcast called the Introvert Corner, right?
Oh, it's my kind of deal. Let's go.
But here's the thing. All of us introverts feel like other people just don't quite get us, right?
Right.
Because we're quiet. We see everything. But we're not going to speak on everything.
Right.
So,
it's still not my business.
It's important for me that the introverts don't feel left out of progress and don't feel like they can't succeed because they don't have that boisterous, they don't come in the room like that, For the people who are introverts who really love music and they have a talent that's undeniable. What's the first step? What do they do?
What is this, to becoming a musician or to being an artist?
I really am more interested in, like, what do you do? How do you tell yourself, though I'm an introvert, though I'm not here to be the entertainment, I'm here to entertain. I'm here to express it.
Right. So I think with anything in life, I think it's important to decide that music is what you want to do. There are different industries within the industry. So you can be an artist, you can just be a songwriter, you can be a producer, you can be in A&R, you can be in production. But I think it's important to decide what you want to do, and then you can figure out the steps to moving forward in that. If it's that you want to be an artist and you're shy, you're an introvert, you should connect with someone that can support you in presence, or you can take the time to take small steps in practicing being in front of an audience, whether it be doing these IG lives and like performing for a small group of people, performing for your family. I personally feel like performing for a small group of people is more intimidating than performing for an audience, because it's a small group of people is more intimate, and you can see faces, you can see expression, you can feel right on. If there's, energy that you're getting. So yeah, I think one, deciding what exactly it is that you want to do.
Yeah. So decide, connect, practice. That's it.
There you go.
That's simple.
Decide, connect, practice.
That's important to know that you have something that you're passionate about, but you can be afraid, and it's okay.
That is
But
okay.
it's important to not stay there in that moment. Find somewhere that you can grow out of that fear of trying something new. So, like you said, connect with someone, somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who wants to know what they're doing. Just connect. Sometimes it's good to do things.
I was just saying that there are also times where you say, yeah, I want to, like, it for music, for instance. You could say, yeah, I want to be an artist, and then like you're moving through it, and like you realize, no, like I just want to write songs, or like I just want to put on shows and like maybe be a background singer. I like performing, but I don't want to be the star. I'm gonna sit in the back. So which is cool, and again, we are always evolving. Um, so yeah, just be open to and welcome change and evolution in the process.
That's right. That's right. Athen will tell you and that time that we were working together and everything. Athen has always been working on music, like she said. Athen, like what I was saying was going hanging out in groups, doing things in groups. You can find things in yourself that you may not have done on your own. So Athen would talk me into recording.
Oh yes. In case your peoples don't know that watch you, most things, don't let her tell you otherwise. Most
I sing
things.
along.
And not
I gotta sing along to things. I could you sing and then I could sing along with the music playing. You know what I'm saying? But
mhm.
I'm not
Most
a
things,
recording
and
artist.
I know that there's a recording or two out there. It may not be out in the
Don't
world,
look
but
for it.
it's recorded somewhere.
Don't look for it,
So
y'all. I'm telling you, don't look for it.
now I'm gonna look for it.
Don't look for it. I ain't put it on no internet. So if somebody did, I'm gonna need them to give me my recording back.
She sings though, just so y'all know.
I'm trying to tell you, I sing along. To sing along is different than being a singer.
Right.
But
So true.
yeah, but it's true. Sometimes two introverts can get together and they can help each other to try something new.
hmm
She helped me to try something new because in college I was part of another group who they helped me to try something new.
It
Never.
was so much
Okay.
fun though. It was fun. It
It
was
was fun.
exciting just being there and like experiencing and witnessing this go down.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Mhm.
I was embarrassed every moment of it happening. But all of that to say, just like you said, connect. Connecting with people is important. There are some introverts
Mhm.
who do it better alone. That's fine. But then most of the introverts, I feel like most introverts need that connection. They need to know that they're not in it on their own and that there's other people who are transitioning, developing, and evolving in real time like they are.
Mhm.
And to be okay with that because like you said, you could be hard on yourself because you're just hearing yourself talk. You're hearing yourself talk.
Yep.
You are listening to
Yep.
Beyonce and you sound real good. And she sound real good, so I don't understand why my production is not like Beyonce yet.
Right. Right. That's
You telling
actually how it
yourself, nah,
goes.
I'm not good enough. Yeah, I'm not good enough because I'm not like, this don't look like Beyonce. Like, hello,
Mhm.
you know,
That is 100% the conversation.
100%,
Mhm.
100%. I don't even want to be a recording artist, and that's how I feel about myself. Like, what would Beyonce do? No.
Yeah.
So, all right, thanks for giving me input for the introvert corner because it's important. I really feel for
Yes.
us
Yes.
introverts. We need that extra umph, especially from people who are like us. Extroverts, I don't know where they're from. I don't do it. I wish that's not me. Like,
Yeah.
if I go to a party, I'm looking for the chair in the corner so nobody can talk to me. I like to see people have fun and enjoy
Mhm.
themselves and
Mhm.
live in their joy.
Mhm.
That's where my joy is. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
be up on there, making a scene. That's embarrassing.
She's like, I'm not gonna be a nobody's world star.
That's really what it is.
No, ma'am. No,
That's really
ma'am.
what it is. It's really not about doing it good. Because if we could go up there and know that we were gonna kill it with the boom, 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 1, 2, 3, and cut,
Right.
then we can do it.
Uh
But if we trip,
huh.
if somebody recorded and
That's
post
very
it up,
important.
now
Very
I need to
important.
hide forever. So it's true. We don't want to mess up. That's really the problem. We gotta get past that. It's coming to the close of the podcast. We're doing good so far. I usually ask some introspective questions. I try that have nothing to do with the topic. They're important to life, and
Mhm.
they will inspire other people when they hear your answer. Because everybody answers things a little different. So,
Okay.
all right. So, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. First question is first one is name 5 traits that you admire.
Risk taking, vulnerability, being loving. I guess
Yeah.
extrovertedness, if that's a word. Just being out there from afar. Not that I would wish to be extroverted, but it's looking at us like, oh, that seems cool. You're just out here talking to people all willy nilly. Like that's cool. Um,
You talk to strangers? That's cute.
right, you talk to strangers? What the heck?
Cute or whatever.
Your mom ain't tell you stranger danger? No, but that's why I admire it because like your whole life can change for the better talking to a stranger.
It's
I
true.
think that was 4. Perseverance. I'm sure I'm gonna think of another one later and be like, dang, why didn't I say that?
You could put it in the comments
All
on
right, I'm
the
gonna put in the
podcast.
comments like,
For real.
let's add this
For
one.
real. I want people to be interactive on these podcasts in the comments and all of that stuff. So for real.
Right.
I'm gonna answer the questions too with you. So you don't have to,
Okay. Feel alone. Okay.
be who you say that you are.
Integrity. See what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
good
There you
one.
go. There we
And
go.
that's like my number one in life. Like integrity is a big deal. Sorry, go ahead.
Strength. It's being able to be open because you've done the work. I don't know what word that
Hmm.
can be. Like know yourself, basically. Know yourself.
Like self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Girl,
Okay.
come on now. Come on now, you developer. Hello.
You know.
Hardworking. That laziness is a no-go. You don't get anywhere without laziness. Goal-oriented.
And like,
Yes. You on a
see, now I'm
mission.
getting more ambition. I'm just thinking
Ambition. See, you got
outside
the word. You got the language. I can describe it. You got the language. There you go.
the box.
All right. So here's our second one. What do you think is the most common human experience?
I think I want to say self-doubt. I think at some point in time, everyone is like, I don't know if I can do this, even if it's for a brief moment. Because there are some people that are just like, I don't know, nah, who am I fooling? I got this. But
Right.
I think, I think self-doubt. I think it's human to remind ourselves that we're human. I don't know, which can I think can speak to the level at which you're dreaming. Like if you are at a point where you're like, dang, can I do that? Then I think that says like you're dreaming big, and that's great.
For me, I think it's failure and success. Besides
Yeah,
love. It's always better answers too. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, failure and success. Because some people don't experience a lot of those other common things that we think, like love.
yeah.
Some people don't get that, unfortunately. All right, last one. I have a bonus one if this one is really, really too hard. Name 2 people that inspire you and why.
Dang, I was gonna say that's easy, but two people, just two.
I feel like that's easy for people like us because we watch people so much, and we see like
But that's what I'm saying. Like only two. You want me to only give you two
yeah,
people to
first 2
answer?
that pop up in your mind at least. That means
Well,
they're the top. They the top.
my mom
Okay.
always pops up. in my mind because she migrated to this country at a young age. You know, immigrants in general, like that, just that journey and that idea of uprooting your life to this whole new place in order to provide for your family. But definitely my mom, she came here at a young age to build her life, married, had kids, went back to school. She was a full-time mom, student, uh, working, and she was present. I don't think that I can think of a moment where she was not like at a parent teacher's, coming to a show, still maintaining the home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of her mom. Like her whole story is just like, damn, I feel like I can never complain about anything because if she experienced and still while experiencing life as a whole, you know, still having her failures and successes or her lessons and successes. So definitely my mom. I should say me. I inspire myself, you know, because I got my own story. But no, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Michael Jackson, I think he's the greatest entertainer of all time, and that is, and not just an entertainer, but also someone who had a message in their music, and it reached so many people across the globe, and like that is just, if I could do that, then I'm lit as an artist.
My dad is the top one. He taught me the importance of having integrity and understanding
Hmm.
who I am and who I belong to in a way
Hmm.
that, you know, a lot of people are taught at church, like, you are God's child. That's who you are and whose you are. A lot of people learn it that way. But my father, he's Muslim. He grew up in Africa. He grew up in a rural part of Africa. He's nomadic. His tribe is nomadic. The education part, the actual reading and writing, wasn't a part of the necessity for them. The necessity was passing down stories, letting the children know who they are, and as a tribe, what your name means, what your first name means, your last name means, what your tribe did as a tribe. That defines who you are, where you come from. That gives you a starting point. Every time you start something new, you know where you stand. So that's why he inspires me. And it's partially like your mom. He came here from a whole different place, and he could have went buck wild because they didn't have these you know, all kindas.
Right,
Where he,
right.
but he stuck to his morals. He stuck to the character that he had back when he was home. He met a good woman. He had a family. You know, he had a family with her. I came. He was there with her until death did them part. That is very admirable, and that's very inspiring to me, because that lets me know I'm in a controlled place. I have all capabilities, and I feel like his legacy is going to be, I did those things and I made a way for two great women in their, you know, of the world. I feel like me and my sister are going to be substantial parts of society. I have a friend, she did one of the podcasts, her name is Naima, and she inspires me. Why? Because though she's had her lessons and her failures and things like that, she stuck to the path. She has a benchmark, and she's done everything she can, follow all of her goals, whether they got, you know, held back from whatever things that go on in life. That's normal. She still gets back on track and gets up and does it again, you know, and makes sure she gets to where she's going. Whether it takes her an extra 2 years, an extra 10 years, an extra 10 minutes, whatever it is, she still perseveres. She keeps going. She's resilient like that. So she inspires me. I'm going to do the bonus one. What talent do you wish you had been born with?
So here's the thing about talent. I think you can learn, like you have to be born with them. Like I guess that would make you a prodigy if you're like born at this level of talent. Maybe telling jokes. I would like to be funny. I think
You got jokes
I
out there.
think got jokes. I have awkwardness, and I think awkward being awkward can come off as jokes, but it's really like I'm not joking. I'm being for real. This is real right
I
now.
was like, but I was serious though.
I'm serious.
No, but that's the
Right, but
talent
that's
that you're born with, because everybody cannot hold a note,
it.
no matter how hard you try.
Everybody can't sing.
No, you could try and you could learn. You could, but
Right.
some things you just cannot make your vocal cords do. You just
Do.
cannot. That's a talent. And I found mine. I thought of mine. I can't do this, and I can't even learn. It's not happening.
What?
Drawing. I am not.
Mm.
I cannot draw. I can't even draw a straight line. I can't even write
Mhm.
a nice penmanship like
Mhm.
drawing. I wish I was
Me
born able to
too.
do that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man,
I'll make a mean stick figure though.
chill. You gotta relax. So for real,
I
like
could
remember
draw
the
my
box head?
whole family. The box.
Remember the box head with the big eyes? I'm killing
Oh,
at that.
you can make a face right out of the word boy if you write the word boy, and then you can connect the letters to make the face. I know how
You
to
already
draw
had it.
one thing.
That's above me.
That's just like yeah, I'm gonna have that
That's
Mickey
above me.
Mouse. I had a friend that showed me the steps to make Mickey Mouse, and from the day I learned how to do that, I put Mickey Mouse face on everything. Everything. I'm like, oh, that's gonna make it hot fire. If I put Mickey Mouse on it, that joke was played
Nah,
out. But I was so proud that I knew how to draw.
it's fine. The box heads, that was it for me. And then the why do you want to call it tattoo? The graffiti letters, the bubble graffiti
Oh, the
letters.
bubble letter.
Oh, I'll
Mm-hmm.
kill it on the graffiti letter. What? I'll kill it on the graffiti
I
letter.
bet you could make that
But
Superman S though.
I can.
See?
In
See?
the in the box, the 3D box.
See?
Like,
You
come
already
on.
look.
That's
You
not
got
drawing a
see,
figure.
give
I'm
yourself.
not
Give,
drawing. I'm
I'm
not
like,
drawing a
I'm not
figure.
about to sell no paintings with that.
Nice
You ain't gonna be
shapes.
no
Okay, we learned
Basquiat.
that in pre-K. Hello, pre-K shapes. Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well,
I hear you.
I'm super happy that you could join me on my podcast. I'm really glad
Me
that you
too.
could share things that you're mastering. We gotta figure something out, man. We gotta hang out. We used to go on Red Lobster.
Oh, I know. I miss those days. Ever since I became a vegan, it's like I can't even. Only thing I could eat is pasta, and I'm trying to lay off of that. You know,
Then you
that's
started.
crazy.
Then you
We
started
used
eating
to bust it
vegan.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you started eating vegan. You got salad. I was like, but Athen,
What you want? You don't come to Red Lobster for no lettuce.
so you don't want this crab leg? You Johnson?
I
Couldn't
do.
even eat
I
the
miss
biscuit.
it. I
Couldn't
miss
even eat
it.
the biscuit.
Couldn't even eat the biscuits. Ain't that a shame?
Anyway, we're gonna figure it out. Thank you again for coming on my podcast. Thank you for taking the
Yeah,
time out.
thank you for having me.
Yes. Y'all don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Y'all need to do that. Like this. Comment down
Like,
below anything that you want to learn. I'm gonna put your info down below if you when we get out this Rona-fied world
mm-hmm.
and you get to performing and things like that. Put your info down so people can follow you.
My
And
IG.
yes, and see your next, performances. They could come out and support Black people, support Black ownership, Black business,
Business
Black
ownership.
talent,
Mm-hmm.
artistry. Support. Don't play yourself.
Yep.
Feel me?
Yep. Yep. Give the innovators their shine, because the duplicators are really out here
Yeah,
thriving. So,
correct. All right, Athen.
Mo.
All right, y'all. I did.